Hello viewer, I want to ask you a question. If we were to look at this Pyro, what would you say that its biggest drawback is? And remember, there are no wrong answers, except if you said damage. If you said low skilled and wonky mechanics, well you're not wrong, but that's not something I really want to get into here. But if you said mobility, we'd be on the same page. Being slower than 3 other classes and the same speed as 2 can make it hard to get people in flamethrower range if they keep their distance. Luckily Pyro has several unlocks that help his mobility. Unfortunately, they don't tend to help out much in direct combat. While it is a powerful tool to get the Pyro to the fight faster, the Power Jack's damage vulnerability guarantees you'll be dead before you close the distance. And the Thermal Thruster is great for accessing flank routes and high ground previously unavailable to the Pyro, but good luck jumping into a revved up heavy with this thing. This leaves us with the Detonator, my personal favorite Pyro secondary, which you can just think of as a love child between the flare gun and the scorch shot, with a little bit of rocket jumping goodness sprinkled in. And while you can't soar across the map, the hops are still enough to get you into sneaky little spots. For example, this flank route on Snowy Coast. Nobody expects to run into a Pyro up here. Why would there ever be a Pyro up here? Oh wait, they've got the Detonator. And it's that element of surprise, that whole why is there a Pyro here mentality that lets you catch people off guard, making them much easier to put into your flamethrower range when normally you would just be stuck on the ground kind of hopping out the window. At this point, you may be thinking, alright, but couldn't you just do all this with the Thermal Thruster? To which I say, I mean you can, but you'd be losing out on everything else that makes the Detonator amazing, which simply put, is just that the Detonator is still a secondary weapon, and it helps cover another major Pyro weakness, which is lack of mid to long range damage. We've all been there. The enemy team's turtled up on defense, and it's nigh impossible to get anyone in flamethrower range, no matter how mobile you are. If you only had a secondary that could ignite your enemies from long range, making them scramble for medkits as their health bars drain with each tick of afterburn, sending the entire enemy team scrambling in chaos trying to get their lost health back, while you just sit back and relax and spam them out with the Detonator. It may not do a huge amount of damage, but it still mini crits on burning targets, which is enough to finish off an enemy when they get out of flamethrower range, and it's also incredibly effective for just spamming out your enemies, until you have an opportunity to move in and really start to light things up. But wait, couldn't you just do the same thing with the Scorch Shot? It can give you little hops, though not as much as the Detonator, and it's amazing for spamming out enemy players. Well, that leads us to one last thing the Detonator has over the Scorch Shot and the Thermal Thruster, which is utility. And I don't know about you, but being able to clear sticky bombs with a Pyro secondary is amazingly effective. Oh, is there a demo man locking down this choke point with a sticky trap? Not anymore, he isn't. Now I'm just gonna walk at him. And even if you hit a medic with the minimum amount of damage and a little bit of afterburn, that's still gonna stop his passive regen and really just annoy the crap out of him. And obviously I like to pair this weapon a lot with the backburner. Because of the extra mobility it grants to the Pyro, it lets you flank around to spots where enemies aren't going to be expecting you to come from, making it much easier to get those sweet Pyro backstabs. And I'll even take it one step further. I'll state that the backburner is the best Pyro primary out there. It's better than the stock, it's better than the degreaser, it's better than the flog. If you think otherwise, fight me. And if you actually want to fight me, or just say hi to me, I'm going to be attending the TF2 Rewind LAN this weekend in Santa Ana, California. I'd strongly advise checking it out. It was a ton of fun. I went to the one last year, and it's some of the best TF2 that I've ever seen played. Seriously, it's like really cool. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit shorter than normal. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things, but I hope you've had a great day, and peace out.